Healthfreedom UK show with not Dr. Rob and Slow speaks.
Not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
My name is Volodymyr Zelensky. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Yes, good evening, everyone. It is me, not a Dr. Robert, and the one and the useless producer, Pete.
Hey, hello.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, and tonight we have a special guest who is, and you all know it anyway, so I'm going to turn the camera on. It's Jack the Beekeeper. Here he is. Yes, you loved him last time. Now, listen, can you give us some... Jack, you might have to speak up a bit, but can you just give me a 5x5 if you can? Jack, say hello to everyone.
Oh, good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming, I guess, and I hope you have been enjoying the sunshine today, the return of the great sun god, the Arden, bathing us in its glorious vitamin D giving rays.
On this pancake day. We didn't make pancakes.
We didn't make pancakes.
We did make curry.
We did make curry. We didn't make naans.
We didn't do naans.
Next time, the banana chutney would have been.
But the banana chutney. Jack made this banana chutney, and it was absolutely amazing. And he also did this incredible dal. I did the lamb curry, and Jack did the dal, and yeah, the whole combination was great, wasn't it?
Oh, it's always good for home cooking, regardless of what you're making. But yeah, this was especially delicious. Has to be
Pete loves to do a lot of home cooking, don't you, Pete?
Yes, I do. Well, yeah.
You love it. Are you an Uber Eats man, Pete? What are you?
No, I do cook, but yeah, easy, relaxed, and tasty. Only things I like.
Yeah.
What was the last meal you ate, Pete?
What had I for? Oh, a pizza, but with extra toppings, like everything I could find in my fridge.
We call that fridge tapas. It's an excellent choice.
Excellent.
And yeah, did you like my start, Pete? Did you like my trump card and Zelensky?
Yeah. There's a lot of Zelensky stuff, right?
See, yeah, but I knew that you would put them in your dailies, and I was just trying to keep the ones away from your dailies. And those two haven't been in your dailies, have they?
Nope.
No. Oh, excellent. Nope. Excellent. Let's just watch that one more time.
Not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards.
I did like that. As soon as I saw that one, I was going, oh, I hope Pete doesn't use this in his show.
Did Trump look like more bold in that than he's ever looked before, do you think? Do you think he's finally getting like the monk's pate?
Oh, yeah. He's definitely
real thin on top.
He's definitely joining my gang, Jack. Yeah,
it's already a comb over from the back of his neck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a comb over, it's a side over, it's a all
flip over, it's a
scrape what you can over.
Scrape what you can over. Yeah, and I don't know, a lot of theatre going on at the moment in politics, isn't there? So you just don't know what to believe. But don't worry, they're going to release the Epstein list eventually.
Oh yeah.
Of course they will.
Truckload, they said.
Yeah, of course they will.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they will. Anyway, should we say hello to everyone, Pete? Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Let's go to the top. And I know he's sneakied in, right? But yesterday, right, Rick was first. So, but James, I think, and Rick was first, I think, in both chats. But hello, James. Hello, Rick. And let's go down. Who's there? Cookie's in as well. Good evening, Cookie. Going down. Ridiculizer. Hello, mate. And Jen's here as well. Hello, Jen. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And Mr. Smith, the drummer. Mr. Smith, nice to have you here, sir. And Mascara Snake, hello, mate.
Hello.
And genuinely concerned. He is genuinely concerned. Good evening. Greetings, Folks. Folks, even.
Folks.
There you go. Yeah, you got it. And Lops is here. Hey, wasn't I saying that? We haven't seen Lops for a while yesterday. I was, wasn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Lops today, so
Oh, did you?
I tipped him off a little bit. So, yeah.
Did you? Did you say to him like, if you don't come in the show, Rob's going to cry?
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. Exactly that.
I can't blame you. So let's do the
like a girl, actually.
Yeah. All right. Shut up. So this week, I went to visit Cookie. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I went to visit Cookie this week, and we went up, and I actually made him one of these. Look, I'm going to share this with you. There it is on his on his lap. There's the evidence. It's the Cornish pasty. It was, and it was a sort of a Cornish pasty because unfortunately we forgot to put the potato in it.
So it sounds like
it was a lot
of meat.
It was a low calorie
calzone.
Low calorie.
Not a calzone.
There was a lot of meat in it.
Or a giant pierogi, maybe.
No. It was good. It was good.
It looks good.
Yeah, it was good. So from my mum's recipe of from all the way down there in Cornwall. Actually, she don't talk like that. Actually, there you go. So yeah, went to visit Cookie, gave him the pasty. We had a good, nice long chat, and he's hoping to be out. There you go. He says he scoffed the lot. I think he scoffed it by 10 o'clock. I think he told me in the evening.
Pasties are best eaten fresh.
They are, but I do love a cold pasty.
Cold pasty's a thing, but if you have hot pasty ready to rumble, then
yeah. And I don't think I did a big enough crust for him either, because you want that crust, don't you?
I don't know. I think you probably start with the potato, eh? Don't worry about the crust.
Shut up. Yeah, all right. So I forgot the potato. It doesn't matter. Cookie loved it anyway, and that's the main thing. That's the main thing. And what's going on today? So let me go to my show notes because I have got some here somewhere. Here we are. Let me see. Yeah. So tonight we've got some funny stuff, some music. You got your live comments. We've got the quiz of the week as well, and of course today is Pancake Day. And but Jack and I have been far too busy making curry instead of pancakes. So it's Shrove Tuesday, and Shrove Tuesday you participate in pancake races, which dates back to around 1445 in Olney, England, which is just north of Milton Keynes. Yeah, Pancake Day or Shrove Tuesday is the traditional first day of before the start of Lent, or on Ash Wednesday. Lent, the 40 days leading up to Easter, was traditionally a time of fasting, and Shrove Tuesday, Anglo-Saxon Christians went to confession and they confessed their sins.
What are you giving up for Lent?
I'm going to stop buying my cat biscuits.
So you're just going to start a cat?
Yeah, I'm going to
lose some weight.
The chunky boy
sounds like your cat's making the sacrifice.
The chunky boy needs to lose some weight. Actually, I'm
not sure that's in the spirit.
And also the Muslims are all on Ramadan now as well. That's funny because it's all just sitting in. It's
spring.
It's all
celebration of spring,
getting in together, isn't it?
Years opening up again.
Are you going to give anything up for Lent, Pete?
No. No, definitely not. No.
And can everyone just tell me, is my picture looking all right tonight? Because we think we've solved it. It was that when my last update went on, they switched my Wi-Fi on my computer, which is why I was getting a terrible signal. And it looks absolutely fine. So it looks like I spent 48 quid on extra RAM for nothing at all, really. But it's always good to have a bit of a faster computer, isn't it?
How much RAM do you have now?
32 gig of RAM now.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was 8.
Yeah, 8 was once upon a time considered ample for a gaming computer. So
yeah.
Things move on.
Yeah, I don't do.
How many sticks are spread across 32?
Two
sticks.
16
gig sticks.
Yeah.
Beefy. Wow.
Yeah.
Pace of technology makes my head spin at times.
Yeah.
This is old news, but
yeah. And Steve Turgoose is here as well. Good evening, Steve Turgoose, and Roberto Rhymes as well. Hello, mate.
Hello.
How are you? I hope I haven't missed anyone else. I don't think I've missed anyone else. And don't forget, we do go over to the free speech hour at 9 o'clock, where we move over to Rumble, and we can play more commercial music. My daughter says your guest looks like Zelensky.
Well, I have no Jewish.
She's 12-ish, so
Ukraine. So I appreciate.
He is wearing it says a bit Zelensky-esque the costume here, isn't it?
The working shirt.
But listen, this man works hard. He's been out working. Now listen, if you don't know, Jack is our resident beekeeper. Yes, this man supplies me with the beeswax that goes into my lovely salve. So this is the man to blame, and his bees. And what is actually happening this time of year, Jack, to the bees? What are they doing?
So this time of year is a real danger zone, actually. Right. So that might sound a bit surprising to hear, because of course, as you know, bees overwinter. Unlike a bumblebee nest or a wasp nest, the colony itself clusters together for warmth. It uses its honey reserves for energy.
Yeah.
And it will go through the winter and come out in spring, hopefully, if it's healthy and fit enough and has good amount of stores going into the winter. So in theory, the winter is a tricky time, but if the temperatures are nice and low, that little colony stays nice and quiet, doesn't burn through its resources. So what have we had in the last couple of weeks? We've had pretty mild temperatures.
Yeah.
It's pretty warm out. And at the moment, of the two things that a beehive needs, it needs nectar and pollen. We only have pollen. So You've got the willow species, you've got poplar, you've got alder. There's a few things like winter aconite, primrose are out, snowdrops are out, but these aren't huge nectar sources. So the pollen's important because they need that to start building up their numbers, to look after their brood.
But don't they have these problems every year though?
For sure. So this is a typical danger zone. Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
So
okay.
Temperature goes up, brood nest gets going, but there's no nectar to fuel it. So if there are reserves in that colony, they can get depleted very quickly. And so we see starvation, we see collapse, we see colonies.
Right. Okay. And we've seen
much more so than in winter.
Right, yeah, and we've seen the temperatures have recently here in the UK.
It's been super mild today.
It's been quite mild.
I nearly put shorts on.
And yet, it's going to be cold again.
Yes.
Next week, isn't it?
Yeah, temperature's going to snap back. So you think now the temperature drops again. It's harder. You need to spend more energy keeping warm.
Yeah.
And you've got all that brood that you started building up while it was warm to look after. These are young developing bees.
Right.
So the energy demands of that colony can suddenly really skyrocket.
Yeah.
When the temperatures sort of boomerang back down again.
Yeah.
There's still no blossom out, so we're not losing flowering plants to the frosts yet. And it did frost last night, so we're not going to lose things like blackthorn, hawthorn, cherry, apple. These are really early flowering nectar sources in abundance. We're not going to lose that if it frosts tonight, say.
No.
But if it's still frosting in 2 or 3, 4 weeks' time, that might be a different story. So again, it's a dicey time of year.
Yeah. So we've just started first day of spring, wasn't it? March is that?
So for you on the calendar.
Yeah.
I think we are meteorologically now in spring. 3rd of March, I want to say.
I'm seeing buds on the
there's buds
on the plants. Like my plant out there is on my north facing patio there is budding now.
Yeah, things are really coming through. You even see the wood pigeon now starting to move. They were feeding on the ivy, the ground ivy. They're starting to slowly move back into the trees, looking for sort of the coming buds. But even for them to be eating ivy, that's like one of the last things they want to be eating.
Right.
So things are really gagging for it, really waiting for that new season to start.
And how many hives are you currently looking after?
So I run between 30 and 40, depending on what time of year that you ask me.
Yeah.
So fewer maybe into the autumn, but this time of year probably around 30, and then moving up to 40.
And do you go and check on them like over the winter period? Do you
100%? I've been just today.
Oh, right. So how often would you visit a hive over a winter period?
So if we were going to look at the beekeeping calendar in a year, we generally say that in springtime, it's once a week.
Right.
In summer, it might be once every couple of weeks. And then the autumn, winter, maybe once a week. Once a month. For me, once a month at the moment is about right. But being that we've just come into now this kind of fluctuating temperature, I am going more regularly to make sure the bees are stocked on food. So it can change depending on what the weather's doing.
Right.
Spring swarm checks with the next big task, controlling the numbers, working with the hive. So when it wants to divide into 2, instead of losing half your workforce, you can try and capture that. There'll be honey production in the spring and then through to summer. Then that's the real main crop of the year as well. So again, trying to maximize the honey crop before harvesting, and then treating and shutting down for autumn and winter. So we're just at the start of the year now.
Yeah.
We're right at the start where things are just starting to wake up a little bit. But really, we need that blossom to start. So going back to the springtime, meteorological springtime, calendar-based, for us as beekeepers, we would look for the flowering of willow.
Yeah.
When you see the willow coming into flower, that kind of says the climate, the weather, nature, whatever you want to call it, is moving into that spring period. So we do have calendars in beekeeping, but we tend to work more by what we kind of see and observe in the field.
Yeah, and I suppose it is. Yeah, it's all temperature related, isn't it? It'll be. If you've got any questions,
temperature, length of daylight.
Yeah, if you've got any questions for Jack that you'd like to ask him to do with bees, then please ask him. Please ask away. Jack would be happy. I've been putting nesting material out for the birds' tits. Are taking it.
I'm really pleased to hear that.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Yeah, and is there anything?
It's such a good thing to like think about this time of year. In addition to food and water, like, yeah, what if I had like some spare? I don't know. Maybe you're grooming your pet.
Yeah,
and you've got lots of downy sort of hair that they might use. I've seen people put them, hair balls, if you like, out in
for the birds.
The nets you get oranges or citrus fruit in from the supermarket, stuffing the hair in there, and as just described, little hedgerow birds, country birds come and take little tufts of hair. That's very sweet. I'm all for that.
Good. Well, Jack's not just here just to talk about bees or birds, for that matter. He's also here to chew the fat over what's been going on in the news, and
it's pretty wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but we're going to mainly focus on health tonight. And but I want to just I did see this, and I wanted to share it with you. Here's a health fact for you that a certain Aldous Huxley quoted. Here we go. So medical science has made such tremendous progress that there is hardly a healthy human left. What a lovely man. Huxley, if you watch Sheep Farm, they've done many deep dives on Aldous Huxley, not and his family and who he's related to and stuff. So he's not the nicest man in the world, but that says a lot really to me. Let's go. Let's read you the first article then. Let me bring up my first article and get my notes up. Hang on. Oh no, don't want to do that. Where is it? There we go. Article 1. There we are. Now let me put the meme up. Here we are. So medical schools accepting students with low grades to boost diversity among doctors, report reveals. And I saw this and I thought, oh, this looks interesting. So a report by the Sutton Trust reveals that the UK medical schools are admitting disadvantaged students with lower grades.
Audio is blowing out.
Is it?
Yep.
Is it maybe because
it's crackling like crazy.
Hang on, did I bring that up? Let me get rid of that. Okay. Close all. What about now, Pete?
Nope, still the same.
What about
it's
now?
For me, so I hope this chat is all hearing the same, or not, maybe.
No. Well, read the chat.
It's back. It's back now.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, your audio or your visual is lagging, but that will pick up. So turn off the cam for a second.
Okay. All right. Okay. Just 1 second. I'll turn the cam. All right. Let me read this story.
Last time, so
yeah.
it's cleared up.
A report. What about now?
Yeah, audio is good. So go on.
Okay. A report by the Sun Trust reveals that the UK medical schools are admitting disadvantaged students with lower grades to increase diversity among doctors. Some medical schools accept students with BBC grades instead of the usual AAA requirement. These students often face learning barriers such as low income or deprived backgrounds. Courses with lower grade requirements usually include an extra foundation year to help students catch up. Examples include Leicester and Bristol universities, which have lowered their entry requirements. The Sutton Trust advocates for more universities to adopt similar schemes, citing the low representation of disadvantaged students in medical schools, only 5% in 2021. The report suggests that contextual offers, including reduced grade offers, should be implemented along with additional support. Critics, though, argue that prioritising diversity over academic merit compromises patient safety, you don't say, and professional competence. Despite criticism, medical schools are working to increase their representation of disadvantaged students, aiming for, guess how much, Pete? 33% by 2032.
Yep.
Don't they just love that? I mean, so yeah, so basically they're lowering the standards. So I'm sure Cookie can there we go. Look, even Cookie says it's idiocracy. Here we come. There we are. Yeah. Yes, Jim, exactly, mate. Even 32 gig of RAM have given up on Rob. Then yes, Jim, they have. So yeah, just lowering really the entry level for schools, which, you know, I think, I mean, we've got enough medical problems going on. Let me turn my camera back on. How's that? Is that better? How's that?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, what do you think of that then, Jack? You know,
so I think there's a couple of things that was sort of occur to me really quickly, and the first is,
I mean, are you into this big diversity thing, or you know, what do you think?
So I'm into meritocracy.
Okay.
However, what I would say is this article comes on the back of, if you remember the last couple of years, there have been record low intakes for students in medical professions.
Yeah.
So one way that you might increase the input for students in any capacity is to reduce barriers to entry onto the course. But the other thing that I would draw our attention to is accepting students with lower grades. That doesn't mean they're accepting doctors with lower grades. It doesn't mean they're accepting graduates with lower grades. And actually by giving people from disadvantaged backgrounds the opportunity to study at the same level of people from inherited or even privileged backgrounds, and I count myself amongst those people, actually that's a good thing. And if they can pass at the same grade levels later on under examination, or whatever their requirements might be to qualify as their particular medical profession, those people should in theory be as good as anybody coming from any other background. So that's not reducing the standards of doctors, that's increasing the input to a system that doesn't have enough applicants to a medical profession and only hiring the best of those people from the entire pool. So I think it's a good thing.
Which, and I concur. What do you think, Pete? And you got anything to add to that, or you know?
Yeah,
No.
I think idiocracy, right? It's because where does it stop? Where do you how low do you set the bar then?
It stops at exam level.
Yeah, but if you're lowering the the
acceptance level,
the acceptance level,
to get people into a course, but they still have to pass the exam. If they don't pass the exam, they don't become a doctor.
But what I don't understand, Jack, is why they're having to lower it. Is it because they just can't get people to apply for these jobs? Because what we're seeing in hospitals where they're completely overrun. I mean, Cookie,
overrun or understaffed? You mean
overrun with patients and understaffed as well?
We have a shortage of medical
a bit of both.
We import a lot of our.
You need more hospitals. Right?
Yeah, and
we don't need more hospitals. We need to man the hospitals we've got.
Well,
we have a serious labour shortage, which is why we have locum agencies and largely foreign labour in our medical services.
Yeah, but we've also got a pay issue, isn't it? Pay and housing. So
it's not just pay and housing. I think it's the fact that we've underinvested in education for medical services for a long time, and the effects of such a thing, particularly when it comes to the input of students, take years to manifest. So we're looking at the effects of policies from maybe 10, 20 years ago now, something in that time range.
But don't you also think that the influx of the immigration has also compounded the problem?
Well, I think considering that foreign doctors and medical professionals make up a significant amount of our medical profession.
No, I'm not
sure.
I'm talking about people accessing.
But they don't come here on boats, mate.
Yeah, they don't come. I mean, like the people that are actually coming over. I mean, they reckon there was over 600,000 people that have come, you know, in 1 year or something.
But I would say providing healthcare for people that are in need versus managing illegal immigration across the channel are two different things.
No, I'm not saying it is.
Okay, but conflating work migration with illegal migration is a wrong statement as well. Because that's always been, you can always go to the UK to work. Polish plumbers and workers can go to the UK and work. That's not a problem, right? Yeah. You don't need to go in illegally on a boat and do all that stuff.
But my what I'm saying as well is, you know, and Pete just said it, we need more hospitals, because the amount of people now that are are here.
But to take it back to the original issue, which was entrance requirements onto courses that would train doctors, that really points to the fact that we need more doctors and medical professionals in the first place. If we could supply,
well, they kicked out 70,000 personnel over COVID, didn't they? Because they didn't want to get the jab. So that necessarily was the personnel also, including doctors and medical personnel.
Yeah.
And I would be interested to see how many of those people have since probably come back, potentially.
Yeah,
or turned their back on the NHS because of it. Because you cannot trust them, right?
But also, 70,000 is a lot. So I'd be interested to see what we would break that down to in terms of actual care practitioners. Like what different jobs were sat, because I'm sure that wasn't 70,000 consultants.
No, it's also new students coming in, because there was 2 years of no new students coming in as well.
And so again, I'd say it's possibly more nuanced.
But
regardless, to go back to the original point, which was again these entrance requirements, I think it's meritocratic. If you can pass the exam, it doesn't really matter where you've come from.
No, okay, fair enough. But that leads me. That leads me on to this article, interestingly enough, and that is that patients are misled over physicians' associates as they are not qualified doctors, the coroner warns. So let me read you this article. How's my sound, Pete? Or do I turn? Oh, okay. A coroner in Surrey has warned that patients are being misled about the role of physician associates in the NHS, or PAs as they're known.
Never heard of a physician associate.
Yeah, my mum's
personal assistant, maybe.
My mum's had one of these that she goes to in the doctors, as they are not qualified doctors. This warning comes after the death of Pamela Markin, 77, who was misdiagnosed with a nosebleed by a PA and later died from complications of a strangulated femoral hernia. Misdiagnosis and death. Pamela Markin was seen by a PA at East Surrey Hospital in February 2024, who misdiagnosed her abdominal pain as a nosebleed. She was discharged without a review by a doctor and later died. Now, that's interesting. I just want to stop that there, because that's a contradiction here. It says she was misdiagnosed and discharged without a review by a doctor and later died from complications of a strangulated femoral hernia. Coroner's report. Assistant Coroner Karen Henderson published a Prevention of Future Deaths report, raising concerns about the public limited training of PAs and the lack of public understanding of their role. Public misunderstanding of the term physician associates is misleading, and patients and their families often believe PAs are doctors. They can diagnose patients, take medical histories, perform physical examinations, and develop management plans, but they are not medically qualified. Independent review. The Department of Health and Social Care has launched an independent review to examine the safety of PAs' roles and how patients should be made aware of the PAs that are not doctors. And the hospital response, Surrey and Sussex Healthcare NHS Trust, has expressed regret for the loss and stated they will look carefully at the coroner's report to learn lessons and improve services. There we go. This is definitely, we've got these in Milton Keynes, Jack. Actually,
I don't spend enough time in hospital there to know, but that sounds pretty tragic.
Yeah.
Misdiagnosed abdominal pain is what is essentially a femoral blood vessel being, cut off by your hernia, slippage of muscle. Abdominal pain, not necessarily obviously something to do with the thighs or the femoral blood vessels, but to misdiagnose a nosebleed.
I was going to say, how would they mix it up with a nosebleed and a hernia? It just doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Did their papers get mixed up on the desk?
Well, that could well have happened as well, couldn't it? I suppose. And good evening, Kendo. Hello, Kendo. I hope your daughter's doing all right, Kendo. I'll be hopefully having a chat with her tomorrow morning, see if I can give her any advice. Spanish says, sorry, we took out the wrong kidney.
So
I had a story last week.
Well, I could tell you some interesting medical stories.
Go ahead.
Well, we can share. So I used to work for a medical locum agency, and I initially started there just as an agency worker, just for like summer work between years at university. And my very first job with them was to essentially go through the licenses for various medical professionals and then either allow them to go forth for renewal or to bar them at that point.
Okay.
And so you take a particular person's name, you would search it up through a database of cases, tribunals, complaints, whatever. And if there was anything in there that essentially barred them from coming back, then you couldn't put it forwards. And you joke about removing the wrong kidney.
Yeah.
I read one case of somebody went in with acute appendicitis and went under, the knife to remove their appendix.
Yeah.
And they removed an ovary instead.
Oh, Jesus.
And other complications that they refer to as retention. The patient retained the object, but it would be a scalpel or some cotton wadding.
Oh, right, that they've left in.
They've left behind, exactly. But retention, as if the patient has consciously kept hold of these, these medical instruments.
You would think that, like, they would have an audit, wouldn't you, beforehand, before the thing?
Well, I think this is the idea, because you count swabs out from the nurse, whoever's supporting you in that surgery.
Yeah.
So they should be counting 5 swabs out, and they should be counting 5 swabs back. And
yeah.
If you count 4, you go back and you look for that thing. I'll seal it up. We'll come back to that on Monday.
Yeah.
Throw your scalpels in the air.
So there you are. Start you off there with a couple of medical stories. What's the chat saying? Steve Turgoose. Turgoose is Steve. Hello, Steve. Don't forget, Steve Turgoose is on Thursday, but you get my mug and Pete's mug tomorrow as well on Starfish Troopers. And don't forget that at 9 o'clock, we are going over to Rumble as well for the exclusive free speech hour, where we can say naughty things and show you things that YouTube doesn't want you to see. So Cookie says they do diagnostics, but always refer to the doctors for confirmation. And Mahatma Malevolence is here as well. Eyes, skin. Anyone want to buy a kidney?
How much miles? How many miles are on that kidney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the mileage? MOT'd, passed?
Yeah.
Scotch, whiskey.
Hey, Rob, your mate sounds so much better closer to the mic. There we go.
My bad. I'll try and.
There we go.
I'll try and lean in.
There we go. So I did try and encourage him, Jimmy. I've just got a big mouth, mate, so you can normally hear me. But Jack's a bit quieter than me. Any other comments that I've missed? Let's have a look. Just people saying hello to each other. Okay, no problem. So there's not much going on.
So we talk about doctors' associates, but something that I can speak of personal experience. There are other parts of medical consent that are maybe lacking as they could be. So there was a story not too long ago about people being under general anesthetic, so being unconscious for surgery or examination or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And then people, in addition to their prescribed doctor and various staff, additional people being in there without any knowledge of the patient. And having spent some time in the medical device industry, I can say categorically it's true. I was doing an interview for a company to work for them, and part of that was to be in the operating room while this gentleman had his gallbladder removed, and he had no knowledge that there was a medical rep or a potential interviewee there. He never knew, and definitely won't know now.
Wow.
So that's absolutely a thing. So when you're we're not doing anything untoward, but you are present in the room.
But surely there should be a privacy thing, a data privacy thing that's going on there. Surely the patient
possibly, or the fact that these are non-essential people that are now in an operating theatre, which is meant to be clean to a point, but also the fact that they're not there for any other reason than to observe or to try and sell a medical device while this guy is bollock naked on an operating table. So.
Someone else has said it here, mate, as well. Why is Rob interviewing Zelensky? Suck it to him, Rob. Should have gone to Specsavers.
Ouch. I'll have you know I have 20/12 vision, so in fact, I see the world in HD.
No, he's not Zelensky. He's our Jack, and he's the beekeeper that supplies my beeswax for my lovely salve that heals people. So, and Kendo, I saw your comment about your daughter. Yeah, it's all right. We've organised a time. It's all been organised. Well, I know she lives in Australia. Don't worry, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. So, but yeah, that was article number 2. Let's remove that from the studio. I've got a few more articles to read you as well. But in the meantime, let's share a meme with you. I saw this and wanted to share this with you as well. Where is it? Let's go down. I'm normally a bit more organised this, but because I knew Jack was in here tonight, it's all gone to pieces. It's all gone to pieces. Here's one. Now, I want to ask you, right? Do you have slang words that you would rather not have? Watch this.
What's one slang word that you would delete?
In it. What's a slang word?
So, like, in it. Why don't you like it?
I use it too much.
Slay.
Slay?
Slay.
Maybe slay because I say it too much and it's embarrassing.
Bruv.
Bruv.
I use it too much and I wish it was never a thing for me to actually put into my vocabulary. So
I'd delete the word unk because I just turned 28, so I've reached unk status. So if you delete the word unk, then I'm a young boy again.
It's giving.
Riz. Don't like Riz in general, like the whole act.
All the TikTok stuff, I hate.
Brown bread dead. But you know what there's used terms? Fuck all that.
What about you, Pete? Do you use a slang word that you'd rather not use?
In it? No.
So I had to look up. I mean, does anyone know what slay means? Jack, do you know what slay means?
Slay.
It's contextual, so it can mean kind of like an encouraging kind of thing, like go for it, like slay.
Yeah, in slang,
it's a sort of it's an enthusiastic, positive.
Someone or something that is excellent or impressive. I never knew that. I mean, I mean,
this is like the borderline of the words I can translate.
Sick,
it's not really
sick, dope.
Yeah, we had sick and dope, exactly.
Yeah. But in it is a very common one, isn't it?
In it.
See, I didn't say in it. You see, I said, isn't it?
I feel like in it might be kind of dying out there.
Yeah,
I think it's a certain kind of like underclass that might use.
Cookie wants to stop using bunch of twats, but that's what you.
Oh yeah, cunt. I use cunt a lot.
Pete does use cunt a lot, actually.
So many cunts. So many cunts.
Yeah,
so many cunts. Yeah.
Guzzlers. That's a bit like Gaza.
Is
and
this
Gizzer.
Just innuendo doesn't necessarily count because there are so many words in my vocabulary that I wish didn't exist.
Rachel Reeves is a tea loaf and a liar.
Leave.
A tea leaf, even a tea loaf.
Rhyming slang. Yeah.
And a liar, Kendo, as well. Spanish has also got
ugly.
munters. Well, yeah, you know, there's so much, isn't there?
I think flange as a word, just an everyday engineering
flange.
term.
Ooh.
Flange is a word that I wish didn't exist.
Yeah, it's a dodgy one, isn't it?
Dank.
Yeah.
Dank was pretty popular at one point.
Yeah, Dank's still proper. Dank is still. My son uses Dank a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain contexts in which, but just as an everyday word, like,
yeah.
Oh, that's Dank. Like, no, that's just like the bus turning up on time. Why is that Dank?
Oh no, that's ridiculous.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
No, it's literally just the bus.
I don't know about you, Pete, but I mean, I try and say to my partners, like, if I'm repeating a certain word, just tell me, please, because I don't want to get repeated. Repeating the same sentences all the time. I sometimes watch the shows back and I think, oh, for God's sake, did I say that like that or whatever?
Oh, don't watch your own material.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, but I totally use cat cheese.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Cat cheese.
I stole that from
cheese
Cookie.
later.
Cat cheese
Cat
later.
cheese.
Yeah. Cat cheese.
Cat cheese
cheese.
later. Cat cheese. You see. Yeah. And
or dog yogurt. That's good too.
I never really understood. Like in New Zealand, they used to say "chur," like thanks, cheers. It's just like wanted to say cheers. Chur just sounds really well.
And I saw this I saw this as well. How they're like even in the kids cartoons, right? They're trying to promote like inclusivity and trans and everything, and call me this. Watch this, very short. Watch this.
Because I'm non-binary, and Fred is the name that fits me best. And I also use they and them, because calling me a she or a he doesn't feel right to me.
Well, they all taste the same, that's for sure.
I love a bit of ribeye.
Yeah.
It was a nice looking piece of meat, to be fair.
That was
seasoned.
Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah. But can you? I mean that cartoon at the beginning is 100% genuine. 100%.
Yeah, there's a lot of that shit out there.
There's so much of that shit that's going out there, and but don't worry, Trump to the rescue. He will be getting rid of all of that stuff. The golden man with the golden balls will be getting rid of all of that shit. He will. So we don't need to. He's gonna tell us all who was on Epstein Island as well. He won't have the names all blanked out. They won't be all blanked out. None of that. And he'll probably tell us the truth behind the drones, Pete, because I know you love to hear about the drones and the UFOs.
Oh yeah.
And didn't someone land on the moon again this week, Pete?
Yeah.
Was it apparently
a private company?
Someone amateur, or some private company. Did it look genuine?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't put it in one of your dailies. Actually,
it's not that spectacular, really.
No, that's true.
And if I was going to backtrack for like half a second, can we both agree to discriminate against anybody who has their steak done more cooked than a medium rare?
Yes,
because
absolutely.
what is
blasphemy?
That is blasphemy.
Steak's not cheap, eh? Like a half decent steak starts at like £30. You're going to get that well done, like really, like just. It's going to ruin that perfectly good piece of meat.
From the shop or you in the restaurant?
I would presume in a restaurant. A £30 steak in a supermarket would be even.
Yeah, you get three. No, you should get two good ribeyes for 30 quid
at the butcher. I wouldn't buy it at the
butcher. Yeah,
I think you'll be paying more than 50. Well, your ribeyes are going to be very small for £15 for the butchers.
Yeah,
try like 25.
Lovely, well rested piece of beef.
This is. Although I suppose I'm speaking Cambridgeshire standard.
Lidl do a grass-fed ribeye for about £8.
Oh, Wagyu, yeah, there you go.
I would be interested to see the water content and how well aged it is. But
Kobe beef.
It's a 28 day. I think it's a 28 day. You know. And moving on, we've got this article: the 15 small wins a week, which can help keep us happy. Yes, we have some positive news here.
15.
15 small wins, Pete. It's not too many. It's not many. Brits experience 15 small wins every week from having a good hair day, which I don't ever, finding cash in an old wallet or purse, and being smiled at by an attractive stranger, a survey has found. And they range from unexpectedly being cooked for, Jack, 42%, to the sun coming out. I'm only joking.
I get real itchy if I'm cooked for.
Going out on the
going
out on a walk, 41%. Speedy takeaway delivery, 26%, and choosing the fastest queue in the supermarket. I do like that one. You've got to scan. You've got to scan, haven't you? And just see who's there.
When you see Doris at the till,
and you're thinking
she's going to take 20 minutes.
Doris is going to just talk to that.
You're just going to skip Doris is still there when you leave.
Yeah,
you're like, that was the correct choice.
But the worst thing is when you go to the supermarket and you think, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden, can we have a price for this one? There's a price missing. There's the barcode's missing.
Well, they can't get the pay phone for it. And they've only got a mobile phone to pay with, and it's just like they're trying.
Have you got Morrison's card? Yeah. Oh, hang on, I've got it here somewhere. Yeah, I've got it here somewhere.
Queuing for 20 minutes. What were you doing in that time?
More than a quarter, 26%, said they feel elated when they are running late and hit every green light, whilst 26% said a small win for them was the vending machine giving out an extra snack.
People buying a lot of stuff from vending machines these days.
The research discovered the day-to-day things which give us a much-needed boost, with 2/3, 62%, admitting that finding cash in an old wallet or purse is worthy of a mini fist pump at the top of the list. On average, Brits experience 15 little wins a week, with women embracing positivity more than men. 73% said small moments can brighten up their day, compared with just 61% of men. Other mini fist bump moments, according to the 2,000 Brits surveyed, included your boss telling you to take the afternoon off, 31%, and getting a tax rebate, 31%.
Good luck.
More than a quarter, 28%, finishing work before a 2-week holiday, or your suitcase appearing first on the airport baggage carousel. The research was, where am I? Oh, there we are. Yeah. The research, which was commissioned by Coca-Cola, found small moments of joy help keep them motivated and boost their mood and confidence. Emma George, marketing manager for Coca-Cola Company Great Britain, which commissioned this survey, added, this research reinforces the importance of savouring those small wins, and we're proud to be part of them here at Coca-Cola. You bunch of twats. Oh, dear. Pete, what do you consider a small win in your lowlands down there?
I'm thinking of a good one.
What about in the chat? What are your small wins? What are your small wins in the chat?
Getting prime discount spring onions on the discount shelf. No, there's nothing wrong with them. They're like half price.
Yeah,
when my dog takes shit early.
And it's easy to pick up. It's not in like long grass.
Yeah. Well, I leave those.
The mower.
Yeah. When was the last time you clipped your ears, Rob? Oh, what? Shut up, Jimmy, you twat. Wagyu, yes, Roberto. Yes, exactly. We love a Wagyu steak, mate. Let's have a look. Anything else that I've missed here? No, I don't think so. Sunlight helps, Roberto says. Sunlight helps.
Yeah. The all-forgiving rays of the Arten, 100%.
Yeah. And moving on, it's already 8:45, Pete. We've only got 15 more minutes left on PooTube. But moving on, £10 win on the Thunderball, says Kendo. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't do I don't do any gambling myself. Do you gamble?
No. I mean, used to get the odd pound scratch card, but like I think they've finished doing those now.
Yeah. No, they're not pound anymore.
No, that's it. They finished the sort of £1 pound.
Yeah. They're not a pound anymore. What about you, Pete? Do you do any gambling apart from being my producer on this show?
Yeah. No, I don't gamble.
No. No, I'm not a gambler. I've never. My dad used to gamble a lot on the GGs.
Like gambling with the bees, maybe you might put a box on or not put a box on, and you gamble with the nectar flow if you're going to.
Okay.
Maybe like that's about as dicey as my gambling.
Would you not think that being a beekeeper is gambling as well?
I don't know. I'm probably one of the least likely professions to be automated, so there is that.
No, but what I mean is, do beekeepers die each year from stings?
Oh yeah, a few. Yeah, I mean, also beekeepers just die, right? Because the average age of a beekeeper is 66.
Yeah,
so
you look good for 66. Jack.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm not quite average. I'm probably somewhat below average at the moment in so many regards, but particularly age.
And talking to your beekeeping, who taught you the skill, or did you teach it yourself? Or was it passed down from the family?
So my grandfather was a beekeeper, though he wasn't around when I was old enough to really understand anything of what he used to do. But I did grow up with the stories. I started beekeeping as a hobbyist in 2017, and by 2018 I was in an apprenticeship looking after about 400 colonies.
Right.
And in that time I also worked in New Zealand looking after 750. And then since then I have my own beekeeping business. I keep around 30 to 40 colonies in and around Cambridge. And I'm also a civil servant, so I look after.
We won't.
Well, I look after beekeepers. I look after beekeepers and their bees. But it gives me interesting insights into animal health and interesting bits of government policy as well. But yeah, so I look after about 1,500 beekeepers now. I manage a team of bee health experts.
Keep leaning forward.
Sorry, bee health experts. Sorry, I want to lean back and I keep forgetting the mics at the front.
Pull your chair forward.
Yeah, let me pull the chair forward. So.
I don't bite.
hard. Yeah, so I look after honeybees and the health of honeybees. That's kind of my main remit as a public servant, and then
cool
making my own honey as a private individual.
And it's delicious honey. I can tell you, I whenever the few times I have a bit of toast, I love to use Jack's honey on it, and it is absolutely delicious. And we know it's good honey because, and again, like I said, it goes in my salve as well. And when I make my salve now, it's really, I was telling Jack, it leaves this like pattern in it, and it's never done that before.
Oh, the way it kind of cools and
it leaves like little white, almost white bits, like a pattern of white.
It's curious, hey.
I've never seen it before, and the texture now is so much better. It really is. It really is. I saw this, and imagine driving down the highway. I don't know if that's.
I love this.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah.
Where is it?
We had that in Holland too, And they had to remove it after fucking 2 or 3 days because the people living around it were going crazy.
Were they?
So that was me thinking this might be a useful thing to like encourage people to like get over into the slow lane rather than sitting in the fast lane. Like, you know, we keep left.
That's what they thought as well. Like,
right. So people would want to play the music and hopefully not hit the barrier. But you're right. Like people living nearby, they're going to be going absolutely insane.
Yep.
Steve says, I invented that. Well,
hope you're a millionaire.
Yeah, I hope you earn a lot of money on it. Tune, says David. Yeah, it was.
I mean, we have kind of like a repetitive
see if we can find it.
thunder strips here in the UK.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hate those.
Just
things.
one note again and again.
I mean, they tried it
the A11 through to like Norwich.
They've tried it on motorways, haven't they? Where they just like keep 2 chevrons apart. Things.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if that actually works. And what I hate is when you come up to a roundabout and they do those bump things when it starts going.
The thunder strips.
Yeah, the thunder strips. Oh my god, they're so annoying. They are.
But that's for the person who's been like cruising on an A road for about half an hour, has gone to sleep at the wheel, and before they plow into the traffic at the roundabout, you know, to wake them up. But as I say, you could just take a few of the concrete roads in East Anglia, and they all sound the same. They're awful.
Then I invented a record groove with a needle under the car.
Nice.
Very good, Steve. Very good, mate.
Yeah, pothole tunes. Love it. Like it's a better than singing bowl, but potholes and car wheels. So
let's go on to the next article. American biotech firms could be handed sensitive NHS data in controversial trade deal. Wes Streeting confirms. Yes, the health secretary is trying to sell out. Oh, wrong one again. He's trying to sell. Close that. Let me just close that. He's trying to sell all our data.
Oh,
again.
your audio is going again.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. It's all right. I've done it now. Is that all right now?
Yeah, it's back. Yeah.
Thanks. A new US trade deal may grant American biotech firms enhanced access to NHS patient data. Health Secretary Wes Streeting claims this could provide the UK with early access to cheaper medicines. He assures that the NHS is not for sale. Bullshit! Highlighting its diverse patient population as valuable for drug and treatment research. Streeting suggests increased collaboration on clinical trials and medical technology, potentially benefiting British patients. Concerns, however, remain regarding patient data privacy and potential for corporate profit from NHS data. The government asserts that it will not compromise safety standards for the trade deal, referencing the rejection of chlorinated chicken. Critics argue that the deal prioritizes commercial interests over patient well-being and data protection. Discussions surrounding data sharing and patient consent protocols remain ongoing. The deal's potential impact on the NHS and its patients requires further scrutiny and public debate. There we go. So yes, they're going to be selling our data all again. But this. I don't think this is anything new, Pete. Do you?
No, not really.
This is. I mean, I just think that the way that the NHS is going, that they're. I mean, a lot of it is already run by private companies anyway. But a lot of this...
and if they want to do that, the individual care, right? That's the whole plan. Like they want to have individual care and individual medicine and individual mRNA jabs.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna have to digitize and sort all the data into one fucking basket and get access for AI and. You know,
I mean, I know Google were being handed over loads of NHS data when I was in retinal screening. A lot of that was going on.
Yep,
I know for a fact, and that wasn't being patients weren't being made aware of that either. So
well, NHS doesn't have the data systems or the data, massive
Pete,
data centers basically to run all that shit. So,
Pete, you're the marketing man. You know how much this data is worth.
A lot, yeah.
It's worth. I mean, data is worth more than anything these days.
Well, especially for insurance companies, this is going to be vital, right?
I mean, this is why they want us. Like, do you have one of these cards? You know, these when you go into a shop, you know, a Morrison's card or anything like that, or
not particularly.
No, I don't. I don't want to give away my data.
Well, this is the thing. Like, if you feel like you're getting a free product from someone who wants to publish your data, it's because you are the product.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're worth a lot more than a free sweet bun from Lidl or a discounted box of mints from Tesco.
I know someone that was that had a Lidl card and they got loads of points, and because they didn't use it within so much, right, they lost all their points.
Oh yeah,
and so it's like, so you just sold all your, you know, they've just taken all your data, you know, and sold it on, and they still haven't given you anything. So
well, it's not even so much the selling it on; it's the selling it to you, as in selling you stuff.
Yes.
You know, once they have your shopping data sets can be so vast that from just a few data points.
But that's kind of also what they're thinking of in the future, where you're getting a share of that data income.
I mean,
so that's going to be the universal part of the universal income kind of a thing that they're going to build up.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we're increasingly living digital lives, then I think having ownership of these assets is important. Like it's But then equally, like if you're using a free service, you know, a social media platform for free, is it free, or is it actually that you're sort of, there's an unspoken agreement, and in fact you click the accept button and whatever, huge, great long amounts of terms and conditions.
Yeah.
And it's not free. You're trading your data and browsing habits for use of that platform.
Yeah.
But it's all there in writing if you want to read it.
People are already starting to move, I think, over to Rumble. We will be moving to Rumble very shortly.
Share the link. Hang on.
Yeah, Pete will share the link. So don't forget, we're only ever on YouTube for the first hour, but the link for the Rumble show, which is completely follows this smoothly into the Rumble show, is in the show notes. So if you are leaving, don't forget, give the show a thumbs up, and if you're enjoying the show, also share it out, and just do anything you want with it, really, or don't. It's up to you.
Don't. Just sit on it. It can be our secret.
It's entirely up to you. Pete, I saw this, and I this made me laugh. Look, we got a new puppy, ugly as fuck, but he's laughing at all my jokes.
yeah, cool.
We all need a wingman.
He looks cute now.
Yes, but once he gets a bit older, he's gonna be,
not so much.
He'll be looking at them as if he's lunch, his lunch, or breakfast, or dinner, whichever he prefers. I think we'll go out with a song, Pete. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
I've got a song to lead us out. So here's one from that very popular 5 Times August. See you on the other side.
Ever since they sold out Rolling Stone, all the words that were sung in the past will never feel the same when we're looking back. All the old men sitting in their makeup chair with their gold record walls really couldn't care. All the fame feels the same when you've had enough, so they don't bother standing up. Ever since the 60s, kids grew up. All the drugs and the girls and the cash. After all the songs, it was gone in a flash. All those bad boy rebels and the attitude, what a show no one stuck around for their protest job. All the stars in the big pharma horse, shilling for a check from their corporate shores. All the actors say what they're paid to say, while the fans take the blame. All the once cool fools that were me and you, well, they pushed us all away. Because there ain't no rock and roll, and the blues has lost its soul. All the punks gave the man control, and every pop star's bought and sold. No, there ain't no rock and roll, and there ain't no boss, no queen. Never was a rage against the damn machine. No, there ain't no